Good morning, viewers. I am Saraswathi from CST department. I am going to teach about resource management and resource management techniques in the cloud computing. There are many different types of resource management. First one is a static cloud resource provisioning and then dynamic cloud resource provisioning. The static cloud resource provisioning, it contains three categories. First one is over provisioning. Second one is under provisioning. Third one is declining in user demand result in was reserve waste. Over provisioning. Over provisioning with the peak load. It causes the heavy resources wastage. Second one is under provisioning. Under provisioning of resources result in losses by both user and provider. The user have only paid for the demand. It is not used by the user. Third one is declining in user demand. It results in worse resource wastage. Constant provisioning. The fixed capacity of the declining user demand cloud, it results in even worse resource wastage. Both the user and provider may be losses in resource provisioning without elasticity. The resource provisioning methods are demand-driven method, event-driven method, popularity-driven resource provisioning method. The demand-driven method provides static resources and it has been used in a grid computing. Event-driven method, it is based on a predictive workload by time. The popularity-driven resource provisioning, it is based on a internet traffic monitoring. It provides a static resources. The demand-driven method, it adds or remove nodes based on the current utilization level of the allocated resources. When the resource has surpassed or exceeds a threshold level for a certain amount of time, the scheme increases the resources. When a resource is below the threshold for a certain amount of time, then the resources could be decreased accordingly. This is an example diagram of a demand-driven provisioning method. The demand-driven provisioning method is measured based on the number of nodes and CPU utilization. This is an event-driven provisioning method. The event-driven provisioning method, it is calculated based on the number of nodes and CPU utilization of the number of nodes which are used in the user. Popularity-driven resource provisioning. Internet searches for popularity of certain applications and allocate resources. This scheme has a minimal loss of QoS if the predicted popularity is correct. The resources may be wasted. The traffic does not occur as expected. The scheme has a minimal loss of quality of service. Resources may be wasted if the traffic it does not occur as expected. Dynamic resource. The dynamic resource deployment can be implemented to achieve scalability in performance. Peering arrangements established between gateways. It enables the allocation of resources from multiple grids. The dynamic resource deployment can be implemented to achieve scalability. The dynamic resource intergrid is used for interconnecting distributed computing infrastructure. The intergrid provides a execution environment. The intergrid gateway, ICG, it allocates resources from an organization of the local cluster. The intergrid gateway, it allocates resources from a local cluster by using three steps. First one is requesting the resources. Second one is enacting, that is validating the leases. Third one, deploying a virtual machine as requested. So dynamic resource deployment storage services. GFS, Google File System. Google File System is a very large sustainable reading and writing bandwidth. It's mostly a continuous accessing method of random accessing. HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, is an open source of GFS written in Java. The programming interface are similar to PostFix but not identical. Amazon S3. Amazon S3 and EBS is S3 is used for retrieving and storing data from and to remote server. EBS is built on the top of S3 for using virtual disk. That's all. These are some of the resource provisioning method in the cloud. Thank you.